Good evening friends, and welcome to den traditionella bondedemokrati. Och den T. Yes, the letter T. What could be futuristic with letter T? What could one envision? Tremendous, but the traditionella, it's not in the correct language. It's incredibly difficult to think in one language then and speak in another. That's not possible. No, I'm not. It's not within my mental capacity to do so let's refrain from that, I think. And here it was nice setup and everything, of course. Is there a... No, I don't think that there is a... I think it's the electricity grid starting up, isn't it? Or is it still the fact that the amount of workers at the nuclear power plant is maybe not satisfactory? In such case, it should be all the nation. It is not all the nation. It is only here. Interesting. We have some troubleshooting to do here with the electricity grid in Alvaret and Vavkaviska, I suppose. Pjedansk. It could be that we're pulling many of these things, such as the steel mill and Alvaret through the same medium voltage line here, because the load on the transformer is not actually that high. See, where do you get your electricity from? Yes, this is troubleshooting. Okay, you're getting it from 3 places. That's not really helping in this case, because we don't know which one's the one. You don't use like any electricity. No, now the voltage is fine everywhere here, and it's only during night time that it gets overloaded. But if that's the case, there should be something here that has a reasonably high voltage, a reasonably high wattage, yes, a current draw load during daytime as well. Here there is nothing. There is nothing. Okay, this is a bit. I mean, if this, yes, this is a dinky wire, for example. You see. But it is fed straight off the... straight off the thing. Cancel wire. You will be without electricity for a little bit here. I'm sorry, but such is it. I think that we should have... The construction crews should be readily available. And while we're at it, shouldn't we get a switch into here? Yes, you can have a switch here on the corner, you know. It will be lovely. But what we're going to have then is there a switch that we could have a pedestrian connection to, maybe? Yes, now we're making this a whole lot more complicated than it has to be. Powers, electrical facility. What is it? Forklift facility. It is not a power substation. No, because that's not what we want. No. Power plant? No, not quite. Railroad gas station, cooling tower, production line, power transformer. It's not really it neither. There should be switches and things here. Yes, there should. Where are those then? Conveyor pipe engine. I don't think so. It don't feel right to me to have it in there. Power substation. We'll have to give up on this. Gas station, railroad construction, fortune, customers, broadcasting. It's certainly not any of these. Pub, shop, hospital, mine. No, conveyor pipe engine is. Is I suppose the closest thing I could conjure up here that would even be. But no, it's elusive. It is what it is. And so maybe we should stop faffing with this and instead get them their electricity hooked back up here. I think they like that, you know. Yes, it's not really possible to have a switch here. But here it would be possible to have a switch. I think it should be possible to have a switch here. It's a little bit uneven. Let's see what we can do about that. Nothing. Or are we too far? Oh no! Crap. That's not what was intended to have been having done there. I just wanted to do a bit of this, you know, with the thing. But it didn't help to do it for money, so it won't budge. Well, that will tear down immediately then. Can't have this foreign steel in our electrical wires. Don't trust it. No, you never know what they put in them. What sort of devices they have in there. But this, I mean, the footpath is not that much. There you go. Yes. You see, this how you do it. There you have it. And then we click this button instead. And then you should be up and running again shortly. I think they'll survive. They have been through a whole lot worse. And the shop still has electricity. The hospital doesn't though. Although people don't seem very sick. However, there's a problem here, you see. Yes, there's some in here. So let's see how the hell do we find this. There's a bit of a traffic jam. If we do this one, and we know we cannot go into first-person mode because it is not moving. No, but there isn't one in there. Okay, it is you then. Here, the first one. You're working for that one, but you're not really doing anything. Go home. Or something. Did that do it? People are dead. No. You're still alive. You're still hanging on. No. Did you get into the hospital? I think you did. Come on. Yes, 5%. What happened to you? Daria Alexandrovna. So, yes, electricity should be coming here any day now, but we really should not be... wait a minute here. No. You can't delete. Right, that's fine. We'll have this. We don't need such fancy things, you know. It's completely fine. Like that. You see, even the school is fine with that. Partly, but maybe it doesn't have to be. You know, it depends. Your luck with these upgrading of roads. Sometimes it ends in catastrophe and tears. Yes, I don't know if that fixed it, but then I got sidetracked immediately. Yes. Let's see here if we can do this just before. Yes, we're getting to a train tour. Yes, a train tour, a proper one. This time I would hope. No, I think that the realm is in worse shape than it actually was last time around. Yes, 96 tons of fuel there in the storage. That is not a lot. Neither is 105 workers in here, but we certainly have all the oil that we could want. Is this working? No. This one, sort of, but not really. Is it coming? One worker from Alvaret bus stop. Are you? What has happened to Alvord? Have you died? No, you have not died. Well, what is the matter then? We should have more workers here. But out here there are not so many, but still. And out here, still a few holding on here. You're unable to get food, I doubt it. So it's maybe not quite safe to do the train tour. It's not really stable, because we've been building this damn thing for about 16 years now. Yes. First we built it took 11 years or 12, and then it burned down after 3 months, and then we built it again, and then this time it only took about 5-6 years or something. What does that 20 years about that adds up to? And yeah, I believe it was 2011 or 2011 when we first broke ground on the first iteration, the first version of this. Yeah. 60 people in here, and that's not enough accountants to show the stats. Never mind about showing the stats. Let's just keep the lights on in there. I see we're going to need trolley bus trafo and things out here if we're going to do this. That's correct, and one might even do a trolley bus depot, if one's going for it, as you'd have it. Really, you're having big plans maybe for this area, sort of? Maybe. Still, there are absolutely no stops, though. Here, whatsoever. Maybe we should get the stop in. No, we have a trafo here. Transformer. Right there. And then we'll continue this for a little bit. No, not like that, like this. Was this what you were supposed to be paying attention to here? Now, I'm not sure. I don't think that was quite the intention. No. But it's nighttime, so we can go and have a look at here, Piedansk and Alvaret, and see how they're doing with their electricity now. They are doing fine. But this is not Alvaret. I don't think it's completed, Still not the right way. It's over here. Yes, they have not finished. They have finished the wiring. Both there and there, so when this switch gets finished, they will have their electricity back. But the steel mill was also going, but it isn't now. Interesting. Right then, so are we then in a shape? Well, the thing that is bothering the most, there are so many things on my mind here bothering me. Yes, such is it, many things are bothering. But this place, no, this is not important right now because there are so few people living here that it makes no difference. But out here, Beatas train diesel station 2, which is here, it's empty, and that's unacceptable. To have this empty for any length of time, it is there are so many things here that are dependent on this as a fuel source, as a source of fuel. Right, then again, here they have, and I think they use this a little bit cleverly as a buffer. No, they might. Well, they're keeping them. It's not an immediate catastrophe, as long as we could eventually get some more people into the refinery here, and that ought to do it. Which will happen with population growth, if that is about to happen. We can also seed. I mean, we have, look at this. We have 922 adult children living with parents, and I actually think there is down here, this place is contributing. De saliga is contributing to the amount of adult children. A little bit, yes, but it's not where the cash cow is. That might be here. Katzinchad. Well, if you could just get a few more people in here. Fine, we can use this then. Yes, adult children. Not that much. Not that many. Some. 92. Okay, even fewer than... Okay, so we're still looking for the jackpot. It couldn't be Polocheo. That has never happened. It just hasn't. No, there is not. There are none. There's no one. Could be Sayov. That's also a bit far-fetched, you know. No, you know what? No. What it is? It's Huskvarna. Is what it is. Yes, it's the culture capital. Or Huskvarna. It's called Stockholm now, you know. Because these people are much better than everyone else. That's why the road up to here is so terrible to keep people out. Yes, just a reminder of how it works here. But here it is. Here is the cash of them. There is a great amount. For example, this building is a very good use, and this is for the fuel. You know, I mean, you are very extremely well educated. All of you are educated as such, but you know, we need fuel too, and such things. So I think that you're coming to live here for a little bit now, and also it's even worse than this. The fuel is only secondary, actually, really, because here the situation is not good. I don't think. I see 6 workers in the food factory. That is not okay. We will not be able to sustain ourselves quite well on that. And here the train comes and the warehouse is empty. And the train is empty. Yes. Beata's warehouse, how much do you have? Okay, you're pretty well set for. That's good. I lost the house, regrettably. We shall go get it again. It should have started filling back up. Yes. Here it is. Because, you know, when we make housing available here, all the adult children within walking range will move here within the next couple of days, and then we can just do it all over again. So both, and I think Hansasino is also doing terribly. How many people are living in Hansasino nowadays? Hansasino. Yes, it should be about 1,500 more at least here. But Molna is really what is suffering the worst. Yes, it's just sad. But at least here in this central area there are workers. We should get more. Like so, maybe. Let's hope that we got the food supply in order now here, so that there won't be any more incidents or such. Where is the shop? It's here. 7. It seems like we have a bit much of the clothing and the electronics in store. And we could do quite well with half a ton of those each, and then instead focus on the food. Yes, that could help too. It could. You say you're without job. That's not going to last. And I think that we'll even do a little bit of relocation to here. Yes, this is an identical house as the one you're currently living in, so you should feel right at home. Stockholm. How many people are left in Stockholm so far? Stockholm, we have not even put a dent in it, you know. There are still 258 adult children, but maybe we have... No, they're still moving in. Because, you know, after a while you have to change building that. You're doing this too because you get out of walking range of the available adult children. Why would they be in so bad health here? Are you a drunk or something? Maybe. I can't. 14%. No, you're not drunk. You're just you're sick. Terribly sorry. I hope that we can get an ambulance out. Maybe it's this one. But anyway, yes, we look at the this thing. Screen mark search tool. Adult children. None. No, we see they are all at the other end of town. No. Yes, there are. They are. And here there is not really one of those, you know, big houses that we could be moving people out of. That. And these are tiny. Yes, but this will have to do. Such is the way. And you should also repopulate. What do you repopulate? You populate Alvaret, maybe. I mean, Alvaret should do wonders for everything petroleum. Okay, it's getting full here now. Then we're talking. There are 90 children who can't go to school in here because there is no school. Seriously, I don't trust that. I don't. It doesn't say so in here. One children could not go to school for a little while there. But that's not anything to get, you know, your thing and a thing about. Yes, let's see. Has this had an effect? Perhaps. Quite a bit, yes. Very nice. What is it having for effect here? Fuel, 265 tons. Very good. Apparently we're also using a bit of the internal stuff over here and there. I mean, if we believe it is a real crisis, we can divert the train to go here. Yes, we could, but look at the smokestacks here. I don't think that we have a crisis any longer. I think that this will recuperate. So I feel we should be getting a bit more fuel into here. Aren't you filled up yet? You're about to be. Someone keeps loading here. But there you go. Now how then would you please start? Yes, you would. Yes, and as we know, this is due to the mistake of regrettably exporting a lot of fuel. And that's how it was. But it's the root cause is being fixed. And it might even be, it's just about to be done. It's this one that we're waiting for. You don't have any steel and there is no vehicle heading here. Seriously, I'm in a construction office, you don't have steel. You know what, you don't. Well, we should fix that properly, but for now, you have steel. I don't know why there is no steel in the harbor here. There usually is quite a bit. But fine. Go here. Building is not finished. I know. That's why we're here. Yes, but then you have to use that tool. I know. there you have it. That should get them going on this. Although it still will take many years before this. But it should be safe, I think. We have this train here. Why are you waiting? Because, you know, you have not updated the signaling. That's why. And before we do, this is a moment, this is one time where I will just have to pause to do that. Question mark. Because you had already decided to go into the left track, I would suppose. Because you certainly can't get over to the right. So what we'll have to do is wiggle you about a bit here. We tell you to go here, turn around. And then turn around again and go here. You can do it. You can. Why wouldn't you be able to? Yes, it can cross over to there and then take this. Yes, the railroad is whole. Yes, and it connects all the way to the station. Yes, it does. And that's a two-way signal. I don't know what this is about. Something is broken. What if we did something like this? Didn't affect anything. Okay, should we can try and be a bit more. Because now you know this is the easiest trick in the book. Oh. Yes, you go in here and then you go here. And then I don't see the problem. You know, Dr. N building is not connected with road. Yes, it is. How do you think this one got in here? Gdansk train diesel station. Turn around. Let's get out of here for now. And let's have this. Have it do a little think about things, which it usually does after a while. There we go. Now it had to think about things. Yes. And now you turn around. Okay, we'll go here now then. Okay, and now there's a question mark again. Okay, please tell me what's wrong here. Is there something I'm not seeing? No, this is connected there, you know. It just is. It's just this. There is nothing wrong here. And there is no little piece of track missing. There is no little nothing. There isn't. What if you did it? Yes, we can demonstrate here. Somehow. That's right. Okay, we have a look here. Maybe there is something wrong. No, you see. Wait a minute. No, for a moment I thought they were arrows, but they are not. No, they're just dots. But the dots certainly can make their way over to here. Then here. Yes. And so on. Up to there. Yes. That's just the way it is. I don't know what to tell you about this train. What were to happen if we did this? Where do you go in such a circumstance? There you do a very clever thing. Yes, now it is red. Now it should be red. And it should continue to be red. For a while. Now, do you have sane orders here? Well, the thing that might not be sane is waiting till loaded. For the moment, that will wait for that. You know what you could do? You could head with this that you have here. You could head out to Varstock, which is very close by, and we shall see what route it takes. It's always exciting when you get out here. Yeah, you see that signal was just broken. It was just something hung with it or something. Yes. There's a Pilsner Kell for this evening. That is a fantastic beer. Is what it is. Lots of beska. You know, what the hell is beska? It's savory, is what it is. Something in beska, that thing. But there's not too much of it, and it's only in a good way. It's only in a good way. The beska is only good. That's the review of Pilsner Kell. It is a bit overpriced though here, unfortunately, such as the way things are. You know, a 33 centiliter bottle of this, that's like €1.50, or even yes, a little bit more, even €1.65, I think. That's expensive, isn't it? How much is it in Czechia? In Czechia, for a 50 centiliter can. Or something. It's how many kronor? Tjeckiska kronor. Not many, I'd imagine. But now I digress. And cheers. It's good. And it is also possible to get in cans here. At some places, not often. Accessible, not always accessible. Then it actually gets a little bit cheaper, you know, by the liter as such. And it's also better. It's supposed to be consumed as half a liter. 1 unit of this is half a liter because it's only 4.4. You know? It's mild. It's mild Pilsner. It's for thirsty and preferably also doing hard manual labor, so you burn off all those calories. But that's ideal. But if you can't do that, then just drink it and enjoy it. That ought to do you. And let's see here, next time you get in here, I think that we want you to wait until load. Yes, you do. Already thought of that. And it took that route, right? Which route will it take back then? I think it will go out here and do a crazy turnaround and then go back. It would, wait a minute here. Instead of having it do the obvious, which we have seen all the other trains do, maybe we could make it do something a bit more fun. Such as... It really is not possible to do. Because even if I were to do this and say that this is only passable in that direction, then the train will do this. And if I don't, it will do this. And but yes, what we can do this. We have to time it just a little bit. Yes, for now, remove. We have to play train conductor again. as has been done before here. Yes, you sailed straight through. Very nice. And then we have to do, after that, it has passed through that block, that signal. What? You didn't sail through. What are you doing? You... Damn it, I'm fixing signals for you here and everything, and you do a cheaty turnaround. What the hell? You have custom human-controlled semaphores just for you. And what do? You cheat and don't follow rules. Hope you derailed. Having derailed recently, by the way, in the valley, that I can tell you is not a pleasant experience. It's an expensive experience as well. Is this? I mean, if we could find some music to play with Derail Valley, maybe we could do that. But I'm really awful at it so far. Although we are getting there, getting better. Yes, the derailment was due to, this has gone really good for a while now, and then sort of got a bit overconfident maybe. Yes, going over, how important are those 50-40 signs, we can go through here in 60. No, you couldn't. Or about whatever it was. That's not what we're about here, though. Here we're about the fuel train. But it's not what we're about to be about here, because let's just have a look down here. Ever so quickly. Yes, and see how it's doing. It's not doing great. 34 workers. Yes, but in here, bitumen, don't care about bitumen, 350 tons of fuel. Think that we're getting there. Eventually. And the population statistics, 30,800. Yes, we want to be about 30,000. We have been 42. Damn it. But that's the way it is. So, what will happen then? Is one more thing to check, yes, is that this is now completed. Can't tell if it's working, but it is completed. You're standing here waiting to load it. Very good. A train will come eventually with the fuel. And when this gets filled up, it should flow over to here and allow it to be pumped to the ship. Maybe. Bitumen is another story, because that's just is basically waste. Extremely valuable waste for us, because we have no use for such amount of bitumen that we produce from our own fuel production. So what we're doing now is going down to the rail yard. The rail yard. Here it is. And here somewhere we should find a train consist of very mixed cargo types, such as this one, which is the Tor train. It is. And the Tor is what we shall do just after this. And we resume right about here. It's just a bit above where we were. But there it is, Tor train. Does this route still make sense? Maybe I should have thought about this before. I think I've already fiddled with the route. Yes, let's get it out there and see what happens. Let's get it out there and see what happens. And we definitely need some train riding music. One thing that I have that is certainly allowed here is the Soviet March from silvermansound.com. That's not one. This is the one. Shane Ivers of silvermansound.com. Thank you so very much for this. The Pilsner Kelly ran out, so this is a whole Bacharach which supposedly is also Czech, is it not? Yes. Ursprungsland here, Czechska Republika, Czechia. Yes, cheers. Na zdrowie, den dobry den. Which one is it? Which one is Poland and which one is Czech Republic? Dobry den is, I'm not going to, I don't remember. Pardon. Cheers. Dzień dobry. Pronunciation is notwithstanding. Did we get anything? Yes, we yes, I got a bit of a hiccup. That's going to be problematic. We got 2 of the MNTG. Yes, indeed, we did. Yes, hello. What's going on? That's quite a severe case of the hiccups there. And pardon me, but it's out of control. I'm trying my best to control it, but it's not really happening so well. This is ridiculous. I'm sorry. Here we should definitely mow the grass a bit. Yes, we should move the grass. Don't you agree? Apparently not. Indeed. The hiccup does not agree that we should move the grass, but I do agree that we should move the grass here. Yes, I'm sorry about this. I'm not in control for some reason of my diaphragm or something. I don't know what to tell you. But listen to the hymn here. There is one final crescendo, isn't there? Oh, there must be time for one more. Yes, there is. Here it comes. I shall stop that because that will make me cringe. Yes, and as if that wouldn't, then, well, you know, I don't know what to do to tell you. I don't. Where are we heading now, then? We should be heading for Beatus warehouse to... yes, of course, this train gets a little bit of everything that we have, and then makes other silly stops as well. So the first stop is to get electronics and electrical components, which may be a little bit difficult. You never know about that. But I believe this is the this is the roundabout where we might get to turn off. It's not. No, this is not a roundabout. What's this? Yes, it is. It is where we make the turn off. And here we are on this siding. It was clear. I'm sorry, I don't know what to do about this. It's a good thing that the dynamic range of my audio here is so limited that even though it is quite loud like that, it is not a whole lot louder than anything else, really, in the end. Well, this is starting to sound like some sort of joke or something, but I assure you it isn't. No, it isn't. If so, it's a joke of which I have very little control, and by very little I mean none whatsoever. But yes, so where are we going now then? Tour train, as doing all the crazy switching there. Hello. Now we're going to Staralanina custom house. Yes, this is just to show off the infrastructure down here. We're not going to do anything here. Although, you know what we could do? We could actually sell what we got to maybe make enough rubles to buy the slightly faulty MN 18.4 truck. And that's apparently available for rubles now. Here, the model one. Unload, yes. Then because we'll get other things. We'll get steel and we'll get bricks and boards to put on the open house, I think. Building is on fire. An oil rig in Grigoridotta. I think that we have Grigoridotta all under control. Yes. I know iron is actually not on the railroad. It doesn't have to be, but it would be nice to have, maybe. Yes, this is now a little bit of a boring bit here. Maybe whilst it's doing the boring bit, we can have a look at what it is, what I was thinking about, because I have forgotten. Yes, putting iron on railroad. What entail it would. Here we have iron. We could take aggregate out here. And here we have railroad. Iron railroad conveyors. Aggregate loading. But aggregate loading things are yes, very large is what they are. But you could have it all the way out here, maybe. You were not supposed to be doing this now, or you were supposed to be going back to the thing. Yes, I was, but we're just putting this in here as some sort of placeholder. There we go. Could even have them build it, just for the sake of it. There we go. And now, before we miss, which we've all not missed yet. Oh, excellent timing. We're just coming up on the exciting bits here. But yes, this is a ridiculous thing. There are more things in the thing here, Atlantis. This is by Audionautics, nautix.com. Atlantis. This has a really nice mood to it. Don't know if it's right for a train tour, but it is something. Maybe it will cure the hiccup. Given time. So far we've only used one of these tracks at one time, but it was a serious undertaking, and it looks quite nice. Pardon me, I really hope that doesn't come through too loud. Maybe I shall have to do some extra compressing and limiting on this track. We'll see how it sounds. Even though results may vary, I actually do try quite hard to get the sound somewhat good. Yes, if you could call it that. You know, the point is, I want to hear the game, and I want you to hear the game, and I want you to hear the music, and I want you to hear me as well, and everything louder than everything else to an extent. There should still be balance and room in the mix for everything to come through, and that's, for example, the game audio and the music gets ducked when I speak. Such things are in here. I trying my hand at the audio engineering, I suppose, which is not an interest, but don't know what I'm doing. I'm twiddling knobs about until I get something I'm certain this could be improved a whole lot. But as it stands right now, compared to previous iterations, I'm quite. I'm content with as it stands. There's room for improvement, but it's a decent balance. It passes the car test. And then we can have Amazing Grace also by audionautics.com. I don't think anyone could claim copyright to that. Because that is quite well. Although it has a very somber mood to it. It is beautiful. Maybe this is the last of the Soviet republics. Am I getting sick of the game? I have actually passed 1,000 hours in Steam, according to Steam now. Keeping the game a bit loud there, yes, that's what I just said about the audio mix, forget about it, because the game level was set a bit too loud. Here we can hear the music. I should say Amazing Grace as performed and arranged by audionautics with an X.com. I don't know who wrote it. Is it even known who wrote this, or is it just, tradition? I'm not sure. It's not my culture, and I wouldn't want to culturally appropriate by claiming to know anything about it. But it's a lovely piece of music. So, where are we heading now here with this train? Molna multi-rail open storage. We're not actually doing anything in Molna. We're just stopping by. And Molna is on the right here. So we shall go around a roundabout and into Molna. That was pretty nice. I actually have this as well, but this will have to wait just a little bit. And it is named in the file name. It says no copyright music, but you never know about this. At least I am 100% certain that the actual composition is not. It has passed copyright long since. But you never know about the performance and arrangement. But we shall have to wait just a little bit. We shall not have to wait any longer. That's hiccups in the morning. That's really annoying. It's very quiet here, getting. And I don't. There's no information of what to attribute this to. I'm very sorry. What did you do? You didn't do anything in here. You were not supposed to do anything here. Continue. What's on fire now? Stalin symbol that they will be fine. There we go. Now they got louder, stronger. Da 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 da, and so on. Yeah, it sounds as if I was completely drunk off my, but I'm not. I've had that one Pilsner Kill and half of this Holba now. You know, they are not strong beers, 4.4 respectively 4.7. It's just a nice amount of. It's just a nice drink, is what it is. So we're having a bit of variation apparently today. Not only the Works and Resources soundtrack, but other, perhaps copyright infringing music as well. And I really would like to play the Presidential Orchestra of the Russian Federation. Playing the Russian anthem. But that is, incredibly enough, the composition, the music, is copyrighted in, I think it's only the United States actually. But the way it works on YouTube is that it doesn't tell you that it's copyrighted here, and here is where the copyright holder, so-called copyright holder, should receive all the income, should there be any. Not that there will be any, but the point is not that. The point is not about the income. The point is actually that the composer died in the 40s. So by any measure of the definition, it is without copyright. It is in the public domain. And it's also the anthem of the Russian Federation. The tune, yes. So screw them. We're having it. Eventually, but Grieg is not finished quite yet. Yes, and we can have this, the same thing with this one. I think that we should do this one now. Yes, this will be claimed as copyright. This is a Russian folk song. This what it is. It's a fantastic folk song. Or folk song. It's about a soldier or a lady writing to a soldier. No, that's another one. Maybe it's that too. But we have one similar thing in that case. Anyway, there's something about a soldier far away. But then, a Russian-inspired video game used a variation on this theme as its theme song. One of the best games ever, by the way, of course. And best soundtrack too. Even though it goes on and repeats over and over again, you can still just push through an extraordinary amount of things. But so apparently some Western company holds the copyrights to that tune in the what should we call it, in relation to video games. Yes, and this one, even though it is quite different from the Tetris theme, yes, this one is apparently close enough for them to consider it as infringement on their rights. And I suppose I'm using it in a video game context, aren't I? It's ridiculous, is what it is. And it's a damn shame, and these people who are enforcing this and making it be like this, they should be ashamed of themselves. Because there has to be some sort of limit to what you go through for eking out every last cent of everything, you know. There has to be a limit where we say, well enough, but this we no further. The line must be drawn here. This far, no further. Engage. I think this is safe to play. This is the International, and because this, by definition, I mean, if property is theft, then no one can have the ownership to this, and it should be well within my rights and means to play it. Störta skall det gamla snart i gruset, slav stig upp för att slå dig fri. Från mörkret stiga vi mot ljuset, från intet allt vi vilja bli. This is the meat storage right here. I wonder if they'll have some meat for us, so it would appear we got at least 15 tons so far. Continuing to count here. Yes, very nice. We're full on the meat now, so why don't you turn around and go on? And there are many verses here. In fact, it goes on for another 4 minutes and 47 seconds, and I think that we could maybe just fade them out there slightly. So, yes, that's an homage to the communism. But, the communism that they refer to there is not the same communism that we have here. Now, so you see this. This is proper communism. We are all in a commune together here. And everyone is very happy. And people are starting to regrow. It's the future, and we're still doing well. We have over $1 billion in the account, and even 7 million rubles. Maybe that would allow us to... Let's see, why are you waiting here? Holocheo Flats? No, I don't think so. What are you doing here? Train. You're at the meat storage, but you're full of meat. So I suppose... I don't know what I suppose. There's still meat in here. Why don't you just go? Where's your next stop? The next stop is the Swage Warehouse 2, where you will load up on clothing. I wonder if they have any available. It's right over there. We should send you over there and see what happens. Swage Warehouse 2. Go. There was something I was supposed to check up on here in between this, the singing and the things, but I forgot about what it was. Yes, I think that's about all here in the thing that I have. I mean, what is this? YouTube library, demilitarized cell. Yes, we can have this for a bit, whatever this is. Heavy metal, this. It's actually not that bad fitting for a huge cargo train going over some heavy duty infrastructure here. Yes. Pardon me. Well, the hiccups have gone for now. Only to return. Hello, Lenin. Yes. So far we have gotten a value of 1.5 million rubles or $1.7 million, and we have 6 tons of food, 14 tons of alcohol, 24 tons of meat on board, and we were just on the edge of what you call, how is it that the quote goes, God damn it, fear and loathing in Las Vegas. And we're about to hit that as the acid was about to set in, or however he puts it. Fantastic book, fantastic movie. Read, watch, now. As the drugs began to take hold. Yes, that's how he puts it. Isn't it? Well, the drugs in this case is we have 14 tons of alcohol. And if we also gorge on the 24 tons of meat and with the bread, I think that we could start hallucinating here as well without too much trouble. So, but yes, this was heavy. And it's not done. Okay. And then we have all this stuff, but I don't know about this because there's a Vyacheslav Mesherin Orchestra on the way to school. I think that would be a get hit, you know. We could do, what date is it? The 31st of August. I don't have anything around there. Apparently we have this. Oh right, but this is no. This is not properly done. It's a wonderful piece of music, but no. Some Christmas music maybe, but by Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech.com. Incompetech.com. Christmas is the 31st of August. No, we're not having Christmas. You know what we're waiting for now then? We're waiting for clothing. We are a little bit short on the clothing here. Is what we are. I think we should yes, you know, the whole Basaraki it's running straight through, you know. Is it? It is, and I will have to go and empty out that. It's just the matter how it is. And how much more clothing do you want? We don't quite know. I figure if I leave it here or not, I don't know. But we should do this and be back. Yes, and we resume here. I mean, we're already copyright infringing like nobody's business here. Today, so what else do we have that would be? I mean, it can be too troublesome, so troublesome that it gets impossible to really publish this. But all of these by the United States Navy Band, they are completely free to use, but then. Yes, by the way, the train is still standing in here waiting, loading up my clothing. As we can see, yes, I did open up the screen. The Carnival Overture. I mean, this feels a bit random, doesn't it? I mean, maybe I'll risk it with this. Siberian Melody is this called by the Vyacheslav Mesherin Orchestra. But it's probably in some library somewhere. And I'll have to do something about it. It's a bother. That's what it is. And there's a third beer. Yes, there's a third beer. It's a Brechnak. It's another Czech one. Yes. Czechia. And this one is actually a bit more affordable. And so is the whole Basharak. That's also quite affordable. And this, let's have a taste then. It's certainly very nice. It is a little bit stronger, and it's a lot stronger than the Pilsner Kelly. Yes. Like 0.7% stronger. No, but 0.7% more. Yes, these things add up, you know. But maybe we should get you moving along because I don't know what will happen here. You want to go to the steel mill, you say? How cute. Let's have a look at the steel mill then, and how exactly we're doing at the steel mill. I'm pretty sure that there will be a space available for us, but will we load anything or not? That's the question. Here we shall have that window opened. The livestock farm, I don't know quite what we want to do with, so nothing. Listen, here we can watch as we head out through on the outskirts of Polochevo, down by the lake. So far, I'm feeling a bit bitter about this train tour than the other, even if the realm is in shambles and things. I don't know. But that was quite a lovely piece of music. And I know this thing, for example, this is definitely copyright protected. Why am I even doing this? Now you're just being, without. But this is on Soviet ensemble, Soviet gathering of people who made this. That is pretty damn fantastic, is what it is. Electronic. Yeah, it's like the Soviet Kraftwerk or something. No, it's not, but it is something. And it's old as hell too. But that's those are real drums, and that's real nice. That's really nice, actually. That is excellent. Is what that is. The drums really made the thing. Yeah, to hell with that copyright system. I am enjoying this. This is making me happy. Problem is that it doesn't matter if I said to hell with it. It will hinder the ability to publish this thing. Yes, but let's enjoy it. It's already here. Let's enjoy it. And the guitar is really nice. It's a blend of, both synthesizers and real instruments. It's really nice. The mix, I would say, is pretty good. Very nicely produced. Imagine that the Soviet Union could do such things. High-standing people indeed. The Soviet Union is not the people, But Russians are certainly harder people, and other peoples of the Soviet Union, of course, as well. And you Baltics, I'm not counting you as people of the Soviet Union. No way. You're part of us. Somehow you're the Baltics. You're your own thing. Of course, you're the Baltics. That's your own thing, but you're more of us than of them, in my opinion. But that's neither here nor there. That might actually be a bit controversial. Yes, sorry about that if that's the case. Don't mean to upset and such. But is there anything else we could have here? What date is it now? It's still it's like September or something. Yes, I don't have any anthems for September. The next one up is Finland, and I've been promising them for a long time, but that's still quite a ways to go. That's Yeah, 1 month is about half an hour, so that's like 1.5 hours until we reach the 6th of December. So that's not really going to work. And but there's always a proper time for this. There will be so many copyright. It will be interesting to see how many copyright notices I get on this one. I should be quiet, but yes, I should be quiet. Yes, what I was about to say was thank you so very much to the Presidential Orchestra of the Russian Federation, the 3-verse rendition of the Russian national anthem. And I thought you should know that a Western company claims copyright to this to this composition. As maybe I should get in touch with the Russian embassy or something to inform them of this. There's something must be wrong. Anyway, I was going to get to something. What the hell was that again? That was some really far-fetched, far-away thing. Here, when listening to this presidential orchestra. Yes. I came to think about. I saw on the television. I think it was on Russian television. A Russian person. I don't know if he was a historian or what he was, but he claimed that the loss or the win for Russia at Poltava, yes, about 300 years ago. Yes, but that it was such a scar on our everything, and that still to this day we suffer for it. Well, first I thought that's ridiculous, But then again, if you think about it, what if the Battle of Poltava had turned out different? What if we would not have lost the eastern half of the realm, our brethren? What is now Estonia, and maybe even stretching as far as St. Petersburg, what is now called St. Petersburg, would be part of a different realm. Things could have turned out differently. But then again, changing one thing like that might not have those consequences at all. It might turn out very different. Yes, this is speculation now to a degree which I don't know. But the Battle of Poltava was a shame, a real damn shame. I mean, yes, Finland, they are doing all right. Don't get me wrong. They are doing quite all right on their own now. But for how long did they have to obey the Russian thing, whatever it was called? And then the Winter War with the Soviet Union. Yes. We wanted to help, The people wanted to help, and we did. But the chicken shit assholes in government, they did not. At least not officially. Anyway, that's history that we're talking about now, and alternate histories. And what could have been if a battle almost 300 years ago would have turned out differently. Yes. This is inspired by a book I have read recently. But then again, if I gave away the title if I said the title of the book, it would spoil the book a bit, because so much of the book is built up around this mystery of what's actually going on, and figuring it out is at least, if not more than half the enjoyment of the book. Yes. So that's the most useless book review for a long time, I would imagine. But could we have some more music, you think? Well, we could have the Stars and Stripes forever. And where are we going now? I think that we're going to like mechanical components or something. It's around here, and oh no, we're going to coal. Coal is where we're going to. And wasn't there a lot of coal available, or what's the problem here? This should not take long. Oh, you're loading 60 tons of coal. There you go. There we have it. And where are you going now then? Sernakova, and doing nothing. And then you're going through waypoints, and then Varstock train diesel station. Varstock train aggregate unloading, that's where you go, right. we definitely should go to add a stop to the harbor here. Definitely should add a stop over at the harbor. The easiest place to get to, one easy place to get to is this one. Or if we were to put these in between these waypoints, I don't know where they are quite. So yes, we'll put them in between these. Like this one, for example. We go here. And you don't necessarily need to do anything there. Where did it go? Hamnen. Yes, you're in between the waypoint. And then here was this Varstock train target. Yes, after this waypoint then you go out here to this one. I don't do anything really, just go there. Or just in case there is fuel available and you have space for it, then sure, load up on a bit of it. I really wish we could play music, real music here, but we can't. I would like to do, a radio show, music radio show, set to work as a resource, as rail riding and stuff. Yes. Music, we could have requests as well, as long as they're approved. And the sole judge upon what gets approved or not is the all-ruling here, the sovereign. Well, we're all a sovereign. It's the commune, of course, that decides. The communism that decides on what gets approved or not. And I speak for it. They cannot communicate on our plane as such. They can't. But one thing that we shall not forget to do, and we're going to have to do just a little bit of zooming out here. And then we're going to have to do this. Yes, and then we do this. And then we get back to the train as soon as possible. But it's not possible to click from this distance. No, but there we have it. Now, where are you going next? You're going to Katzinchad, and you are at... Where are you? You're approaching Katzinchad, is what you are doing. Now we should head on board, maybe. Yes, you wouldn't happen to need a refuel, because that would be something to do out here. No, you are very well set for regards the fuel. This Brechnak is good too. Yes. Yes, this will have to be the last one, but I think it will last the entire trip here. Don't you? I think it will. There are more here from the Vashavslevav Measuring Orchestra. I mean, what I fear is not being able to publish it at all. That would be sad. And then you never know what you're going to get either on the beach. Sure. Well, this is something. Maybe we should have something familiar. I mean, the Workers and Resources soundtrack is not bad. There was a thread recently on the Steam forum. Someone had played the game for 4 hours and was incredibly upset about the music. This is crap. You have to change it. Blah, 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 blah. But I mean, if you dislike it that badly, just turn it off and play your own music. If you don't dislike it that bad, I think it's an excellent soundtrack. It has its ups and downs. This is certainly one of the ups, and the main theme is an incredible up, and many others as well. a few of them. I mean, if you consider the theme of building at an incredibly slow rate, then many of them maybe are a little bit too, high tempo. But then if you're following a train like this, then you want something that is up tempo and cheering it on. And that reminds me of what we'll have after this one. And we are going past here. What are we going past again? We're not going past anything. We are heading into casino. No, we're heading into Sernakova. We're down at Sernakova. Down at de saliga here. Down at the very, very corner of the map. Here is where we are. And from here, there are waypoints, and I'm not certain exactly how, which way these waypoints will take us. We'll see. There's only one way to find out, and that's to stick around here and this is what I'm talking about. This is more likely this is up tempo, but this is not for construction. This is more like the steel mill pumping at 450 works at least, or an oil refinery with the same amount of workers, and smokestacks are billowing out heavy black smoke. This is what this is. This is what that is. Yes. But it can also work for a train like this, chugging along here with, what do we weigh? 0.5 kilotons. Okay. And we have a little bit of everything. We're worth $4.8 billion, I think. We have a bit of bricks, a bit of bitumen, alcohol, clothing, meat, mechanical components, and coal so far. I don't think that we'll get anything else, will we? We don't bother with... you are set to load fuel, but you won't quite succeed, I don't think. So this is, this is Gatinchad, and which has a food factory and a cement plant here. Yes. The last industry to ever be expanded into was the cement. That's the cement industry. But this is going to take forever at this rate. The Brechnak is it's just about 30% left there. It's we have a lot more than that left on this route. Don't we? Yes, we do. But I also need to go again, so I mean, why? We could do another little break here soon and such. Yes, but it is getting late and it is Thursday. It's. We shall see what Svetlana has to say about this. She is the serious one. But there's not a whole lot going on out here, where we are currently. And apparently the waypoint draws us into this whole area again. Well, what is... we want to get to Hamnen multi-rail large open storage. Yes, that's where we want to get to. But I think the waypoint might drag us through some of this. But if we set it to Hamnen here now, yes, we go to Hamnen, please. Did you do it? Yes, you did. I'm wondering if, pardon me, by the way, I'm wondering if it will do here in this roundabout. Will it do a U-turn and do another route? Or yes, it will. It will piggyback on itself for a bit and go up the eastern line, the eastern part of the circle line. And there's another train, full of bricks. I recognize this piece of railroad. I think that we have driven over it previously. I'm pretty sure we have. I mean, we could. It's against the principles here, but we could fast forward. It's just so tempting then to leave it, and to just have it like this. But then it gets. Although through here, there's really not a whole lot of things going on. Is there? Here I would have wished to have a song from the television program of På spåret on the line, basically. Yes, much of which is viewed like this, and it's a question competition, about very far-fetched puns and things of that nature. But I think that we're not going back to. We have this. I believe it is the United States Navy Band who provides this, and they provide it as the national anthem of the European Union, which is awful to put it like that. But this is Ode to Joy by Beethoven from the 9th Symphony. This is not the national anthem of the European Union. Have you heard of such a silly thing? No. This is simply Ode to Joy, is what this is. And some tune it is. And if my German was just a little bit better, I might have not been able to withstand the urge to sing along. Göta funken Tochter Haus Elysium Weben. No. I do not feel comfortable enough with the German skills there to do something like that. No, nein, nicht gut deutsche Förmåga. We seem to be waiting at a red light here. For how long are we supposed to stay here? I don't know. I mean, we could do this again. But you know what we'll do? What we'll try to do is because I need to go, It's the way it is. We'll try to do, I'll try to time this right about here.
Train leave.
it wasn't actually very long at all before this train arrived that we have been waiting for. It was a food train, so it is worth waiting for the food train. Let's see here, what is the north to 1001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 seconds north to 100 kilometers per hour with 515 tons in total weight. I don't think that's too bad. That's about the same as, a Mercedes 250D about. Yes, it's about the same. I think if it makes it to 100, 115, forget about it. Well, maybe it can do it, but it takes a while. Should we have? We just had this, This one is yes, we had this one. This one is nice. And the only other cold beverage here, well, the only other cold beer that was. Oh, look, the Palace of Soviet. Yes, never mind what it's doing. This is what it's doing. It's standing. Yes, the only other beer that was available in a cold condition to me here was a Falcon Export, 5.2% of 50 centiliters of the pride of Falkenberg. This is one of those that this is my fourth one. I've had 3 small ones, and this is a big one, and this is a strong one. If I drink this, I will be drunk, and it is late, and tomorrow is a work day, and we can't have, so I can't have all of this, I can only have a bit of it. But look at the Palace of the Soviets. You have to have it. There we go. You see, we see Lenin there. This is... That's not bad, is it? Could we perhaps get another view? Not really, no, because we cannot turn the camera in that direction. Other than so that's what we get to see of that for now. Where are you heading again? You're heading to Hamnen. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. Yes, about something like that. Svetlana. Yes. Soviet Electro, we should have. Sorry, the mind got distracted on something. Yes, we'd have this. This is a beautiful tune. It is the 14th of October, so it has nothing to do with anything, but it's what it is. Oh, I can see a statue over there. Imagine if it was not Lenin, but I'm not even going to say the name. No, not. That would probably be hate speech. It could actually be at this day and age. Yes, it could be. And I'm not referring to Adolf Hitler. No, not at all. That would be hate speech, but that's not what I'm referring to. Not at all. Not even close. No, but just to make that clear. It is more related to the tune that we're currently hearing, or that we just heard. Yes. I am so tempted. I'm a little bit drunk. I'm so tempted to do just a little taste of a real track of music, you know. To complete that extreme far-fetched tangent that I'm off on here, and to make it remotely possible to decipher, should anyone ever feel the interest to do so. At least it should be possible to do. I feel it's only fair, right? Yes. So what I have to do is, yes, we can look. You can look here at Lenin as it is, and imagine what it is that I have in mind for this, what it could be. But I have to go into this directory. We're actually getting quite a good look at the palace of the Soviet, aren't we? Very nice. Oh, that signal is... that's what that will have to do. That will have to do. Meanwhile, over here at my music collection, indeed. Yes, and I think that, I mean, if we keep it like less than 10 seconds or something, it ought to be fine, right? I hope. I sincerely hope. Although this doesn't really say anything. Does it? No, this is just, you know... And I think this will have to do it. Unfortunately, that's the way things are. That was to complete my reference. Yes, I'm not using the fantastic tunes of Sabaton to endorse my my terrible Soviet city building game, world Soviet emulator. Soviet emulator is what it is. But I bet, I mean, if one were able to ask personally, Jocke, skulle jag kunna få använda Carolus Rex till en video som jag gör på YouTube med Sovjetmodell järnväg? I mean, maybe there's a chance he'd say yes. There is, but there are plenty of labels and things in between. So even, I mean, just for argument's sake, say that he said yes. there are so many layers of labels and things in between YouTube and me and him that it would be almost impossible for me to claim that right, even if he had personally given it to me. I would go up against an algorithm. Now we're off on a real tangent here of something. It was just about giving credit where credit was due. So let's and then getting off on the tangent of the copyright system again. Yes. So even if it wouldn't be possible, such is the state of it. Yeah. Such is the state of it. And I'm sure if I'd ask, let's see here, Per Hulkoff of Rauptir. Här kan jag spela lite av ska vi se här, Opus Magnum Opus Magni, ja, från Pansargrening 2014, till en av mina fåniga YouTube-videos. Jag tycker det är en jävla bra låt. Ja, för fan, jag är inte så bra på norrländska då. I still think I'm not sure that's wait a minute here, what's going on now? Nothing's going on now except that I'm hearing the song and you're not, so that's not right. This is seriously copyright infringing, what you're trying to do now. Yes, this will be maybe unpublishable. Yes, but could I play, kan jag få spela en låt här lite till min Sovjetjärnväg? And then I play this, hypothetically. Because this is a förbannat jävla bra låt.
Som ännu bär på tanken om individens sanna ideal. Ni som ej böjs av rösten ifrån banken och ej förleds av huggormarnas tal. Statligt våld och skattemyndigheter vill applicera globalt tyranni. Ska vi som kan försvara varje meter så de förstår att Norden den är fri. Skall friheten med
Den kostar välfärd, lyx och överflöd. Är du beredd på att vakna upp ur dvalan? Frihetens pris är offer, blod och död. Keep that in mind, friends. That's how it is when it all comes down to it. But not here, of course, in the commune, in the communism. Here everything is great. And this is officially it. I'm screwed on YouTube, I think. I was supposed to have the right pair somehow. I should be quiet then. Blott tomma floskler tömda av substans. Vår statschef böjer sig för dem han lyder. Men än finns tid att slåss. Vit hårt och klös mot maktängens hundar. Ty de skall Jag should be quiet. That's damn nice music is what it is. I mean, this I wish I could do this. I could just ride the rails here and play great music. That's what I really like to do. That would be great. And try and shut up. But after that, it's not really. Is it even possible to go back to? Is it possible to go back to? Let's see here. We take. There's one. This one. No, not this one. That was not right. No, this is one. There's a red light. Yes, at least I can comment on the traffic situation now without it feeling inappropriate to the music. That's a good thing. Where are we? We're heading into here. Okay, this could be a while, because this apparently is still broken. Why? There must be some reason that this is broken. And I don't understand it. Or is it out here that it's broken? Is there no... I know. There is at least one there, but this has not been signaled up properly yet. We should do that, and that might well take care of business. As you see now, we're back to regular service here. Wasn't it better the other way? I think it was, but it's impossible to do, and it's such a shame that it is. Wouldn't it be possible to do that somehow? Shouldn't it be possible to do that somehow? Yes, you could do it back in the day with a commercial radio license, and you still can via the ether, via the airwaves, but not via the internet. No. That's verboten for some reason. Yes, for some reason it is. I don't know. It doesn't have a value on the internet, or it has an incredible value on the internet. I don't know what it is. It is something. But now I'm going off on even further tangents here. I don't think that we need to go here because we have been here now, but there is a problem here with this switch for some reason, and I'm a little bit too drunk maybe to deal with it, but I shall try. Because that didn't do any difference. That actually did some difference. It shouldn't have done, but it did. But it was a change signal after all. Maybe it is so clever that it looked so far ahead that, yes, I can get in there, but then I can't get out again because, yes, that's showing green, but the other one is showing green as well. But then eventually there is... No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that the signaling system still has some kinks to it. That's what I think. So did you have any fuel on board? Oh yes, you're fully loaded. Fantastic, because this is certainly needed, I think. Oskarshamn. You have Beatus, you're out. That's where you're going next. What are you? Second fuel transport, yes. You're here, you should be loading. Why are you not loading? Because you are unloading into here. Maybe it has to unload first. No, you know what? It is not working. And it's not going to work. And this is a bad thing because it's getting sucked over to here. No, it is not. Only whilst But whilst the train is unloading, still it gets into here, and that's because of this pump. What if we were to do a passive line all the way down to... We couldn't, it's too far. You think it's really too far? Let's not forget about the tour train, but... I mean, if we tried... Here is where we can come out. Then we shall just try and snake underneath everything as to get down to the harbor in as close a fashion as possible. But here we must go up a bit. We have to go back a bit. That should certainly be possible. And then we shall not ground ourselves on the low hanging high voltage line. And we have to go all the way over there. There is no way. However, there is probably a way for this to go over there because there is not even, you see, too long, but it's too long there, so it's no way to have it go there without having a pump in between. What about having a storage, a tank in between then to get this passive enough to we can do this? Tour train, where are you? You're not getting ahead of us, are you? Because that's what we're doing. We could I could pause the game. That's a rare occasion that happens. But at this moment, it doesn't matter. The tour train is the thing. Yes, you can skip ahead if you're really more interested in tour train, for example. Maybe I think this will take like 5, 10, 15 minutes tops. Something like that, if I remember about the tour train, that is. But I should keep it up there. Now then, that will mean getting one of those tanks in between here and here. And there is no other ways about it than that there is a high voltage wire in the way. The thing is though, that we could either fire up old Bettan here and power Husqvarna through her here. Yes, and I think that's what we'll do. Yes. And then we could be without this high voltage line for a bit, actually. We shall keep this around. Here. No, wrong place. Here, this is the high voltage switch for Stockholm. Yes, I keep calling it Husqvarna, but since they are a bit better than everyone else, yes, now that they have the palace of the Soviet, there we go, there we have it. Gamla Bettan. Yes, you're pumped up. And then we could cut down this, but I need to roll the game forwards a bit for this to happen before people are employed at this place. I would, but this yes, I would not like to tear this down quite yet. If we could get some workers in, that could be a little while. Although Husqvarna, Stockholm, you can be without power for a little bit. Screw you. That's what I say about that. for now. Anyway, that though means that all of the nation is without culture for the moment. Nation, realm. Yes, realm is what we are. Which way are we going here? How is it pointing? Not like that. You'd be coming in from this way and out that way. Yes, pipe will have to take precedence on road if this works at all. Yes, now Gamla Bettan is running. Now we can pause. And now we can also plan for this immediately here. High voltage wire. Some other infrastructure is in the way. Oh, you don't say. Some other infra. I suppose we'll have to demolish a bit more than the only way about it. Yes, that will do it. 772 workdays, or what was it? It will be a while. Yes, this road from here, if you could. Level crossings and things, but maybe safe ones. This is actually safe. This is single track. It ought to be safe to have a level crossing there. Yes, now, before we do anything else, is it possible to get more of the pipe on, or get the pipe all the way down there? Overlaps with existing. We'll take it underneath then. Yes, and then we'll take it up a bit, if you wouldn't mind. Yes, and this is will do. Yes, and then this it will also do without any protest whatsoever. There we go. This was some music too. This is about it. This is all I need, I think. I have planned in that pipe that this should be built upon soon. Shouldn't it? Yes. Transtar something rather. Yes. Something is without fuel here. Oh, we have a severe problem. Yes, this is our tour train. It is stuck in traffic, regrettably. But if this was a chain signal, it wouldn't help. But if it was a path signal, it would help. Yes, it would, because then it could go here. Yes. Transport Tycoon Deluxe, which year was that? 90 something. Anyway, not complaining here. I wonder if we can play the Transport Tycoon soundtrack. I remember that as being quite jolly, but I don't know. It seems to be fine to play the Works and Resources soundtrack. And yes, that was 3 knocks on proper hardwood. Yes, and we can even do it on. Yes, this. That is real wood. Yes, that ought to do it. That we can continue to play the Works and Resources soundtrack, but. There is something without fuel here, and you are stopped at a very poor location. This would be helped by this getting fuel, and I think that we'll take a truck and fix this situation. What do we have here? A cement truck. No. We want one of these. Yes, it will be a while, but that's the way it is. We need to resolve this situation. Tanker truck. Yes, one of these. And you will be going safe from. Is there fuel available here? For now, there is. There ought to remain so. There ought to remain load. Yes, you could be a backup. You could be filling this up here. Yes, I think that will do it. Because when that gets in there, this will get cleared up. But let's see here, you still have food. That's good. You are in fact a food train. Couldn't you get to? Come on. But even if you get in, I think that when this gets fuel, it will go and unload and then go and refuel. Yes, because the tour train, not a whole lot is happening to the tour train now, is it? Damn it, I'm so tempted to play more music. But it's not possible. Fuck. Alltså det är för jävla tråkigt. Det är det. It is a damn shame that we can't join things together so that the sum becomes more of its parts in a certain situation such as this, because this certainly would become something a whole lot more if we could have a great soundtrack, an American one. No, this is not something we're doing right now. It's not a time for it. This, for example, they have plenty of good things in here. Such as this, but this is infringing on so many levels that I don't even know what will get it. But it's incredibly good, is what it is. It's on YouTube. It is The Trooper by Steve and Seagulls. But of course it's The Trooper by Iron Maiden. Written by Steve Harris, of course, with the most fantastic bass line ever. And he can't quite keep up on the pace that Steve plays that, but that's understandable and forgivable.
I'll take yours too. You fire musket, but I'll run you through. So when you're waiting for the next attack, you better stand, there's no turning back. The bugle sounds, the charge begins. But on this battlefield,
no one wins.
As I plunge into a certain death. The horsey sweats with fear, we break to run. The mighty roar of the Russian guns. As we towards the human
should we get on with the tour, maybe? Where did I leave the tour train? Nothing is happening because we're waiting for the truck. That's what we're doing. The Russians fire another round.
we will live to find another
you're supposed to do this the other way around, you know. I think that this is you. No. Yes, just go there. No, unload. You're doing sort of the right and the wrong thing at the same time. This is what you want to do. Here, unload. Yes, unload, not load. I mean, the confusion still remains the same. Whether we have good music, yes, the work and original soundtrack is good, but it's good. A little bit of variation is nice. But this, what I really want to play is as good as this is, and don't get me wrong, this is really good. It's fantastic, is what this is.
We get so close, near enough to fight. When the Russian gets me in his sights, he pulls the trigger and I feel the glow. The burst of round takes my horse below. As I lay here and gaze the sky, my body's numb and my throat is dry. And as I lay here forgotten alone, without a tear I draw my parting groan.
And I just have to hear the proper bass line. I'm sorry, but I just have to hear it for a little bit. There it goes. And that will do it. Thank you so very much, Iron Maiden, especially Steve Harris, for that bass line. That is so good. But I will get in trouble for that. Yes. And other things too, probably. Yeah. We can have this. This I will not get in trouble for, I don't think. The train diesel station is empty. Why didn't you go there to load first? Fuel. No. Yes. But go. Load fuel. This is poor. This is supposed to be your train tour, you say. This is terrible. This is what this is. Isn't it? That's probably not helping either. But it will be fixed as soon as we get fuel into this train diesel station. I think. Hope. And such. Yes, but what didn't I promise to the Soviet march? And then maybe I didn't. That's very loud. That reminds me, I'll take the opportunity here while we have the Soviet march. silvermansound.com. And that, I think, surmises things quite well. This is now nicely lit up that we have workers in here. Very nicely lit up indeed. Although Karl XII, or I mean Lenin here is not lit up, really, unfortunately. No. Yes, stretching towards the west, actually. Or what is the east if we look at the map, probably. Yes, sort of northeast, but there are western countries for some reason. Yes. So what else then? We can have a bit more of this. Audionautics with an X.com. Atlantis. Nice. But the tour train, where did you leave the tour train? We were supposed to go on a tour train and then we're done. I think that we're missing it, you know. It's not anywhere close to here. We're not missing it because it's still the same situation here. Okay, but they should have been able to get few... it's coming. Right now it's coming. 16 tons. You see, this will fix it. I hope. Yes, it did. Yeah, 1,000 hours into a game gives you some experience. But which route are you taking? We can ride along this train. Because this will be a good route. You will go out here. I'm lucky it was green, but it's seldom green here. But it would be, since everything has been standing still for so long. Yes, it's ridiculous. Yeah, it's what it is. Did it. Then also other things gets in here and things, but eventually a fuel train should get in here too. That would do it. And our tour train, well, it has moved up a little bit in the queue. Yes, it has. I think that we might even get to Finland, you know. That would be so. I have promised that. Yes, if one were to dissect everything here that has been, I have promised to get to Finland, but I have never ever remembered on the date. And also the tradition of playing anthems on the day, you know, it grew old quite quickly. But I have promised Finland. And it would only be an honor, be nothing but an honor to do it. And it's not that far to go, you know. But the train here, it is... it is taking its time, is what it is. No, it didn't get to go. Come on then. Yes, there are many trains, but at least we locked onto it. That's good. You know what that means? That I can take another one of those brakes for fluids. Actually, the Falcon has gone down to pretty much too, but that's the way it is. And here we resume with the heavily copyright infringing, whatever it is. I believe something is coming at least. I thought it was our time to go, but maybe it wasn't. Where are we? We're not at the same place, I don't think. No, it is our time to go. Lovely. Where are we going now? Katzincha train diesel station and doing nothing. Maybe you should fuel up while you're there. Actually, this should be changed to the new train diesel station at Katzincha. Yes, we have plenty of time to do it, because this one is abandoned. This. So instead, out here, as we can do it here, we push add button, new stop. Yes, you go here instead. Yes, colleague, you cannot be pushing, headbutting my hand here. That is controlling the command of the realm. It is not helping. Katzincha train diesel station, nothing. Katzincha train diesel station, nothing. Yes, but diesel station 2, and what you're supposed to do there? Unload 100% of anything. Sure, why not just try whatever happens. Yes. And did that turn out in the right direction now, we think? Because where are we? Katzincha train diesel station. It's not supposed to exist anymore, is it? No, it's not. but it does exist. Remove it somewhere in here. This is going to ruin it. Katzincha train diesel, you're still in there. Yes, that one. This is properly confusing, this. I have absolutely no idea what's going on. Katzincha train diesel, this is ruining it. Yes. It's really odd. No, this is not working out now. Here's the custom house. Screw that and just go to Sveinemann oil fuel unloading. Really, should you go there? No, I don't think you should. You should be heading to the Salia custom house. Yes, you should. Yes. Are you heading to the Salia custom house? Very good. Where are you? Oh, you're here and you're going here. Are you going in the right direction? Yes, you are. Well, then I suppose we sit back and enjoy the ride here. Oh, we can still see the Palace of Soviet and statue over there. Yes. Workers' March. Works and singing. Working and singing. You know, the music now, I don't know. We should have... the Workers' March is good. The Rise of Metallurgy is what we should have. Just as the train stops at the red light. Yes. Lovely. But it was only momentary. Momentary. Yes, it was only momentary. And we should actually have quite an efficient route down to Salia customs house, I would think. What's this? This is supposed to be the train that we're having here. But I suppose we have to rely on the fact that it is going to the Salia customs house. Yes. There's really nothing going on here. Yes, that's the rise of metallurgy. Yes, we're heading down here. Is there anything else to say on the subject of anything here, whilst we're here with the Soviets and the republics and the things? I don't know, but there is our target. We are not far out. And this thing will either have made it or not. I don't know. At this point, I've been pushing it far too much. The algorithms are not easy to deal with. We still have a long way to go. Where are we? Well, we're going down here, and we are here. So we're heading through all this. Fortunately, we don't go through. Is it really that impossible to do? It should not be. Come on here. De Saliga Medium Custom House. Yes. Before this, we add a new stop. Really want you guys to go through this mess, Here. Yes, and I don't care what you do there. But that's what you do. And you go there now, please. It's a bit bothersome that you cannot see, but I think it is. Yes, and this, if we have already gone beyond here with this here constellation of musicians that call themselves Raubtier, yes, we might as well have this too. Det finns bara krig. There is only war. Every breath is I can't do it in real time, is to quit. A life of pain is the warrior's thing. There is only war, yes, and life is a struggle. On the path of misery. You can hear the shovels tramp. There is only war. Yes, this is a translation of Raubtier. There is only war. it's too difficult. Dusk is approaching. Apocalypse approaching. A long time ago. It's a deep grave. There is only war. There is only war. And life is a struggle. On the path of misery or something. You can hear the boots. Where the dangers reign and the hunters hunt, and the hunter stands on ever watch. Something like that. There is only war. That last bit, as of this moment, I'm pretty happy with. I think there is only war. And the path of misery, but could be different. Where the dangers meet, the hunter's path, and the warrior stands forever on guard. Something. There is only war. There you have it. We didn't quite make it to the border, but we did make there is only war here. That was a lot of fun, but I don't think that you're allowed to do it. Or is it? Is that fair use if you do that enough? Maybe, if you do that enough, then it's like in an interpretation or something, or one could claim a parody, but det tar inte fel sätt för Hulkoff. För fan. Nej. But any way to get around it, you know, as far as long, så länge det är okej då. But this is about it, and I think that the only proper thing to end with this is a good thing. Workers' March folk version, and this is it. For now. And there you have it. That's the train unloading at the train diesel station. And that's it. Dear friends, I don't know what to say. Thank you so very much for watching. Wherever you are. I don't know about this. I have to quit. You know, it's a problem. This. I have to quit. Or find something different to play, maybe. That's also something to do. As the train is leaving now, we shall let it go. Yes, we're letting the train go. Oh, right. Perfect in the corner there. Very good. And just to check, we are recording. Yes, we are recording. Of course we are. Very good. Friends, thank you so very much for watching. Good night.